should be allowed to damn slay under £100, right? Welcome to Beauty with Bumble-bee, and today I will be doing a review on this hair I purchased on AliExpress. I got this hair for under £60 and it came with 3 bundles and a frontal. I did style this hair myself. I made it into a wig and I obviously, laid down the baby hairs, and I dyed it also. It did come in a natural colour and I ordered a straight. But as you can see, I used a wand to make it this kind of curl because I really wasn't feeling straight. I never really used straight hair anyway, so I thought, let me try for a change. But I think I prefer it like this. Please tune in, like and subscribe, and keep watching my videos. I purchased this hair from AliExpress. They are a company called Ashy Merry Hair. I don't know if it's Ash Merry Hair, but there is an I in the middle. I will put the link down below and the details and everything. I bought this hair out of I don't know, it was a spur of the moment thing. I wanted something short. Most of the hair I have is really long, or it just wasn't doing it for me. So I wanted to try something different that I didn't know would turn out like this. But I think this hair is a bomb. It actually really is nice for under £60. So I purchased this hair in the lengths 18, 16, a 14 and a frontal, which was a 12-inch, and it all amounted up to about £52. I got free shipping, free delivery. Delivery took about, I think they said 5 to 7 days. It did come maybe on the 6th day, so it was pretty quick, and it came really nice in this purple package. Unfortunately, I've kind of gotten rid of the packaging, but it came in this really nice packaging. It came with 3 bundles of hair, a frontal, and some eyelashes. Bundles of straight. I didn't measure the lengths of the bundles because they looked pretty long to me, and I felt like I was probably going to cut it anyway, which I didn't have to because the way I laid the hair, I didn't need to. So the 16 was a bit scanty when I received it, but as you know, as you go higher up in the length, it does get smaller. The bundle itself does look smaller at the top because you're kind of paying for the length. So I got pretty full, but not as full as as it would do. Maybe because it was straight. Towards the ends it did kind of thin out a bit. It wasn't like double drawn hair. I think I do have a spare bundle that I will show you. So I do have a spare bundle, and this was basically the bundles remaining. Now in this wig right now, believe it or not, I only have 2 bundles and a frontal, and this was the spare remaining bundle that I had, and this is a 14 that I basically didn't use. I didn't have to use it at all, and I was pretty happy that I didn't have to use it because honestly the hair was feeling full by the time I was done. I did kind of have some sort of lighty weightness to it. I didn't want it to be too full because I wouldn't enjoy the hair if it's too full. It would be so hard to curl. It would just be effort. So came what looked like it was supposed to be pre-plucked, and it did have baby hair, so it had a long strand of baby hair that you basically cut into your own way. But I did have to re-pluck again because the hairline was kind of full. It was still a bit full, so I had to kind of pluck. And it wasn't as bad as having to pluck a whole new frontal completely. It was like someone had done it halfway and then I just had to carry it on. But for the price I paid, it was totally worth it because as you can see, this hair is bomb. I didn't have to lay this hair down with Got To Be styling gel because I think I've kind of put myself off that because I don't know about some of you, but with me I received the way the gel was kind of pulling on my hair. It was ripping out my edges, and I know you're supposed to soak it in conditioner. The situations happen when you don't have the time. Sometimes you get caught into your natural hair as well. It was a hassle, so I just wanted something that was low maintenance. I could just go back to using my normal gel on the baby hairs and not on my own hair, and my hair could just be tucked in right away. So this is the hairstyle, the wig that I didn't have to lay down with any Got To Be styling gel. Baby head gelled my baby hairs. So this hair, delivery was amazing. Communication, the seller was amazing with communication. As soon as I placed my order, I was asked to confirm my address even before my payment had been verified, which was very nice of her. So it was really good communication, and she kept messaging me along the way, continuously letting me know, okay, this is your tracking number, this is this. And I did get a massive, I think, a list of like 1 to 12 of like do's and don'ts for the hair. So that was really helpful as well. The reviews I saw on this hair was what made me purchase it. So I started looking up into buying cheaper hair when I realized that I feel like I have wasted so much money buying hair and I just don't know what to do with it. I don't have an idea. Sometimes when you buy hair that's too expensive, you're like in limbo whether you dye it or you don't dye it. You don't have versatility because you've spent so much money on just that, you know, bundles of hair, and you want to recycle that for so long. Whereas you can, you know, with that kind of money, you could actually buy a few of these bundles and interchange different styles that you can work with. And I basically saw the reviews. People said, you know, the hair is very good. Some people had some negative reviews, you know, the hair didn't take the way they wanted to take. Some people said there was shedding. I received no shedding whatsoever, simply because I didn't cut the wefts. I just went straight in with the wig. I didn't need to cut my wefts. I find when you cut your wefts, you will have shedding. You can't, it's almost inevitable for you not to have shedding if you're cutting your wefts. That's just it. So I didn't have to cut the wefts, I didn't have shedding. The only thing I will say is once I did dye the hair, it kind of came up like this, I don't know if you can see, like this bronzy colour. And, you know, I mean, there's almost nothing we can do about that. I did tone it, I tried to tone it, but it wasn't blonde enough for me to even change the toning. It got to the point where I actually just fell in love with the colour itself. I just was like, God, this is actually a nice colour. I was intending on going very, very blonde, like the highlights were going to be really blonde, but by the time I had put the bleach on and I'd seen the hair was kind of getting very hot. I don't know if anybody has experienced it, but when you put bleach on hair, it goes hot, like hot. The hair is hot. So it was very, very, very hot, and I was like, oh no, nope, not taking this risk. I don't know what it's going to be, but I did leave this bleach on for like 30 minutes. So this is like 30 minutes worth of bleach, and I didn't use normal like bleach. So in terms of reviews, people online did say they had mixed reviews. People obviously were expecting like super duper like excellent grade 100 hair, but like if you're paying £60, you're being like, you have to just accept what you get. I'm not saying get like shabby hair, but I mean this is pretty good for £60. My initial review when I received the hair was, it was silky, very silky. At one point it got me thinking this hair is gonna be shit. I can't even lie, because it was too silky. I was like, why is it so silky? But after, you know, bleaching the hair and playing around with it and making it into a wig and styling it, I began to see it was obviously getting to this kind of coarseness. After washing it, it didn't go back to straight. It went to this kind of curly, like wavy kind of texture. So that was, I like things like, I like that. I don't like when I wash straight hair and it stays dead straight or bone straight. I like hair that kind of has a flow. So if you do wash hair, can't bother to dry it, wrap it up and just walk with it. It looks nice, it has volume. Not hair that's just going to go limp and you have to make sure you straighten it. No, I like hair that has body, and this had body. Obviously this looks a bit messy because it's been in like a bag that I put it in. But yeah, so when I dyed the hair, like I did say, it was getting very hot. The hair itself got hot. I don't know if it was the dye or the process or everything, but I did see on their comment that, you know, try to dye the hair less, meaning that you shouldn't dye double time. I kind of dyed double time though, I won't lie. I dyed it the first time and I tried to add some more, you know, lighter blonde bits into it. So I basically dyed it twice in a day. And it didn't fall out, didn't shed, didn't do anything, didn't become nasty. It just looked like this and it was worth it. What else? My final review on the hair. So far, I've had this hair installed for maybe about 4 days. I rocked the wig straight. I will post a picture like after. I rocked it straight. I hadn't plucked the edges. I hadn't plucked the frontal. I hadn't done anything. I just rocked it that way. I hadn't, you know, bleached the knots. I would say that it does come, the frontal does come, the knots kind of look bleached a bit. But I did find that I was seeing little specks when I do separate the hair. So I told myself I will bleach it. It does come pre-bleached, if that makes sense. It's just that the knots are still visible. Yeah. It comes pre-bleached, the knots are still visible. So aside from that, the hair curls well, as you can see, holds a curl. The hair was shabam, everything was amazing. I hope you really like the hair. I love it. I love the way it feels. I love the texture on the hand. You know, I love the style that I was able to create. I didn't have to trim the ends. I didn't have to make them equal. What I did do though is that I used my 14 at the bottom and my 16 in the center, and then I put my frontal at the top. And the density of it was great as well. It was wow. Like, so I would rate this seller on a scale of 1 to 5. I would give them about 4 stars. The reason why, okay, 4.5 stars, because, you know, I'm biased, but I'll give them 4.5 stars simply because, firstly, investing my money in this hair, I was proud. I thought it was going to be a sham. Under £60, I was expecting maybe possibly like premium 2, premium plus type hair. I was even scared at one point because I saw a review of someone saying, this isn't virgin hair, this is Remy hair. I was like, wait, what? But that was after I had purchased it. But finding out, actually, no, it is virgin hair. There's just grades to virgin hair, to be honest. Know the grades. Know that on AliExpress you're not going to get virgin AA. I said virgin AA. 10 AA. No. You're going to get a standard depending on the price you pay. So for the price I paid, I think this was even over expected. Delivery was great. Communication was great. Everything was good. I didn't have a problem with the hair itself. The only issue I would say, you know, when bleaching and dyeing, be careful, because you don't want to, you know, every hair has like a bleach lifespan, I guess. So when you over bleach, or maybe you bleach it too blonde, like maximum blonde, it might fall out. I don't know. I didn't experience any falling out, or it might just make the hair, you know, dry. I didn't experience the dryness either. So I also used my argan oil of Morocco. So this is not a sponsored video. I didn't get, you know, free hair to do this video. I just wanted to do a review because I think there are many of us that are out here now thinking the price of hair is too expensive. Like, you can't buy a frontal for like under £100, and I feel like that is extortion. You can still slay under £100. You should be allowed to damn slay under £100. I just can't see why it's so expensive. But hey, my under £60 hair. I will put the actual price down below. I think it was £52 something, or about £53. But I'll put the details down below. I'll put the full price as well as the link for the company. Thank you so much for watching Beauty with Bumblebee. For comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.